Okay, I promised you I'd get back to some NF. NF, oh Lord. Oh Lord. NF, okay. All right. Therapy session from his album Therapy Session. Recommended to me by some folks. I'll throw out one name here. Kylan Ice, your reactions have me on edge to see NF's Oh Lord, still patiently waiting. Patience has finally paid off, I guess. Man, I hope I like it as much as your patience has been holding out for me to see it, but or hear it. This is lyric video. I couldn't seem to find any actual music videos. There's a fan-made video out there, but I'm just going to go and pass on it and just go with this one as a lyrical one. And, NF, man, it's... Look, if I was on a deserted island and I could only have one artist to listen to, it would be Eminem all day long. But NF, man... I really dig his style. I dig what he puts forth. I loved his story. That was my first dipping of my toe into NF. And so here we have, oh Lord. So let's get this show on the road. Here we go.
When I die, put my ashes in the trash bag. I don't care where they go. Don't waste your money on my gravestone. I'm more concerned about my soul.
Nice. Well, I kind of wonder where he was going with this kind of a macabre kind of intro to a song. And it's interesting to hear a rap song or whatever start off with a very tranquil guitar intro like that. That's the kind of style of work that I'm talking about that I love and endear most about Eminem and NF is how they have they slip a little caveats of creativity that bring a real distinguished approach to each one of their songs with individuality, right? And so I love that. I love that. So interesting. And look, our souls, right? My son and I, story time. I'm going to start off with the story time. We'll get right back in NF, I promise. We joke around all the time. I mean, we are constantly, Michael and I are joking around. My oldest son, Steven, knows in books all the time, plays piano, all of that kind of stuff. But the jokester's Michael. And we were joking. It's like, do you realize that your body is a slave to your brain? I've got an itch on my nose. I scratch it. My brain is like the control room of what I want to say. I hear something, a noise happens, it funnels through the brain. My brain knows to look or duck or whatever, taste, whatever, mosquito bite, scratch it, hug, all of those things. It's like our bodies are like this funky slave to what our brains want, right? But when you really narrow it down and take the whole picture, the brain and the thoughts and the functions and when you think about white blood cells getting the signal from the brain to clot a cut, to keep it from bleeding, and the independence of each of the cells driven by all of the things, you start to, at least I start to really meditate on those kind of funky things of going, not the Bible thumb thing, but it's like the Bible says we're fearfully and wonderfully made, right? And so it's like, so he's talking about, just throw the whole thing in the trash can. Don't, I don't care what you do with my body. I'm more concerned with my soul, the lasting peace, the peace that continues on, whether you agnostic, atheist, or any other believing of creator or not. It's like I relate to this, and it just kind of made me think of the brain conversation I had with Michael. It's like, our bodies are the slaves to our brain. See, hear, touch, taste, smell, react, do, walk, all of it. That's kind of dumb. You'd think I'd be high thinking about that kind of stuff. But anyways, back to it.
Everybody's gonna die.
Yes.
Don't everybody live though. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I look up to the sky and wonder, do you see us down here? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Do you see us down here?
He does. He does.
Oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord.
Ooh, I like that. Oh Lord, they're like, there's like this, like a little kind of an echoey, really distant kind of voice there. Interesting.
Do you see us down here? Oh Lord.
Hear that? Ooh.
Oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Trippy, kind of fly around.
Listen, yeah, everybody wants change. Don't nobody wanna change though. Don't nobody wanna pray. Till they got something to pray for. Now everybody.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Everybody wants change, but they're not going to change themselves. Nobody wants to pray unless they need something, right? Imagine if you had a relationship with a parent or a brother or a friend or whatever, and every time your friend calls you, he wants to have you help him move. Okay? Your phone rings. It's like, there's Bill. Oh no. Bill wants to move again. He wants to have me help him move his refrigerator 50th time, right? There's that relationship thing. And I like where he's coming from this of just his soul and change and all of that and communication and depth and all of those kinds of things are, again, we're talking about a relationship with God in this and how it's changing our lives and reconciling all of the different pieces of life and all of that. All right. And I know I'm going to get more of this kind of thing from NF. I learned that here he's a Christian, and so he is more like a clean Christian rapper kind of guy. But I think that he still has this depth that is also alongside of all of his beliefs. And so, yeah, I'm digging him a lot.
Till they got something to pray for.
Yeah.
Now everybody's gonna die, but don't everybody live though?
Isn't that interesting?
Sometimes I look up to the sky and wonder, do you see us down here? Oh Lord.
I love his passion too. He's got that same passion that M is kind of showed sometimes, but he's just really passionate.
Oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord.
And then that weird voice in the background on the echoes. Interesting.
It's easy to blame God, but harder to fix things. We look in the sky like, why ain't you listening? Watching the news in our living rooms on the big screens and talking about if God's really real, then where is he? You see, the same God that we're saying might not even exist becomes real to us, but only when we're dying in bed. When you're healthy, it's like we don't really care for him then. Leave me alone, God, I'll call you when I need you again. Which is funny, everyone will sleep in the pews and blame God for our problems like he's sleeping on you. We turn our backs on him, what do you expect him to do?
Wow.
It's hard to answer prayers when nobody's praying to you.
Whoa, wow. Yeah, I mean, look. Man. Wow. I just got to leave it at wow. Let's just leave it there. That was just a run of incredible thoughts right there. Where is he at? We kicked him out. What do you expect him to do? All these kinds of things. We turned our back on him, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, but we all want change, but we're not willing to change ourselves. Man.
Been abused and blame God for our problems like he's sleeping on you. We turn our backs on him, what do you expect him to do? It's hard to answer prayers when nobody's praying to you. I look around at this world we walk on. It's a smack in the face, don't ever tell me there's no God. And if there isn't, then what are we here for? And what are y'all doing down there? I don't know, Lord. Do you see?
When I like that, you know, like the retching that he's doing of just going, the frustration, that's the passion that I love that he pours into his songs. He is very invested in his music and the way he's projecting his songs, whether you believe in God or not. I understand. You know, there's so many people I love in this forum that don't feel the same way and don't think the same way. And I love each of them. You know, it's just, I get it because it's so relatable. It's so incredible when you're going through so many things like I've gone through in my past, of the divorce and the abuse of my mom and my sister turning to drugs and alcohol and abortion and a lot of the things that wrecked her early on in her life and just really meddled with her psyche, and just seeing all of this and you see the flat spin of what's happening around you. Wow. It's easy to say, where's God? It's easy to say, where is he? It's like, why doesn't he answer my prayers? And sometimes when my son asks me, can I stay out till midnight? And I say, no, it's a school night or whatever. Just because I didn't say yes doesn't mean I'm not his dad. Just because God might say no to one of your requests doesn't mean that he doesn't love you either. He's got that parade view, the parade view. You go to a parade and you see the floats pass by and you wonder what's next, and you got the Goodyear blimp up there and it's taking the whole televised broadcast from above and it can see the whole parade from front to beginning. Perspective, right, of heavenly perspective versus what we see coming in our lives. We never know what's around the corner, and so, man, yeah, I'm just excited about this one because it's almost like a summary of my sitch of my past of unbelief and all of the pain that I've had in the past and pain that's coming. Start to really tweaks your mind, and it really kind of gets you off track. Wow, this is a good one for me.
What are we
this
here
one's for me
What are
and
y'all
for you.
doing down there? I don't know, Lord. Do you see us down there? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Do you see us down there? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Do you see us down there? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Do you see us down here? Oh, Lord. Can you see us down here? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
I love that.
Can you see it? Don't you see it?
Outro, just the same as the intro, right? The subtle guitar playing to basically bookend the song of all of this depth nestled in between the subtle entry and exit of this contemplative song and message. Do you see us down here, oh Lord? Sometimes it's like, do you even see what I'm going through? Do you even see it, God? Do you even love me? Do you even care enough? Yes. Yes, he does. And I've said to some of you, we've had cool conversations about, why does this have to happen? Why did I have to lose this person? Whatever. I think one of the answers that might sound trite and it might sound a bit, I guess distant, but it allows us to relate with one another in our loss and our pain, to be able to lift each other up and to encourage one another. A lot of you that have mentioned a lot of the drug addiction that you've had. I get it. And I've said, seek out help when you feel like you need it. You can't get it. You can't get the help until you want it, right? And find a way, find someone, open up Google and look for, drug support groups and find a way. Maybe you can create one, and help people through these times and through the pit. And so, yeah, sometimes it seems like God's not there, but he's got plans to strengthen you and to make you into a better you. Kind of like Andy Dufresne breaking out of Shawshank prison. He had to crawl through a pipe full of what to just get to the other side, to get to the point where he can go off and live his life, a better one, after going through all that he went through, the way that was portrayed. Those of you that haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, typical prison movie, so I caution you, but probably one of the best movies ever made. And the message in that is even clearer, that once you've gone through your trials, there's a light at the end of the crappy tunnel, if you know what I mean. Take care. Love all you guys. See you next time.